He's not been physically stable, nor mentally stable since I've known him. I'm not even sure if he is, living on his own. I don't know anything about his living situation. As far as I've known him, he's always lived with someone else, which I'm not comfortable with that. He's kind of a manipulative kind of person, and he's made comments about taking my daughter to San Antonio, basically without my permission.
Okay.
And so, okay,
You understand the father's asking to be named joint managing conservator,
okay,
and you're not in agreement with that?
no.
And can you state why you're not in agreement to be named joint managing conservators with Mr. Hernandez?
Um, Number one, because I've been managing my child since she was born, with no input from him. Like I said, we don't communicate well at all. We don't work together well. There's a lot of conflict between us, and so I just believe for the best interest of her, and to get things done, I will.
All right, guys, let's dive right into this heated courtroom face-off. The mother steps up first, calm but firm. She claims the father isn't stable, not physically, not mentally, and definitely not emotionally. She says she's been the one holding it down since day one, managing her child solo. The air is tense as she calls him manipulative, accusing him of planning to take their daughter away without consent. The judge listens, eyebrow raised. Things are about to get messy real fast.
Would like to just remain the sole conservator. And there's no difference between custody and, like, visitation. It doesn't regard visitation. That's usually what he's concerned most about, is the visitation. So,
And is it true that Mr. Hernandez lives in San Antonio?
to my knowledge, yes,
And that's
that's
over
what
100 miles, correct?
yes,
Okay. You understand that the father is requesting to have the state standard possession for over 100 miles, which is one weekend a month.
okay,
If you can answer yes or no, so we can be clear.
yes,
Okay. And you are not in agreement with him to have the state standard possession, is that correct?
no,
You're asking for the father to have supervised visitation,
yes,
and you're asking for him to have supervised visitation Saturdays 2 to 6 and Sundays 2 to 6 once a month, is that correct?
no. Saturdays was the 12 to 8 was fine, and then Sundays 2 to 6.
Judge presses her, is she against joint custody? Without hesitation, she says no. She doesn't trust him, doesn't believe he's capable. Her tone sharpens as she explains he's been absent since birth, never consistent, never reliable. I've done it all alone, she insists. And now, the father living 100 miles away in San Antonio wants shared rights? Not happening, she argues. Her voice trembles with anger and fear. You can feel the walls closing in, and the courtroom starts to buzz.
You're asking for one Saturday a month from 12 to 8, and then the following Sunday from 2 to 6.
Yes.
Has there been, you stated there's been no acts of family violence against you, correct?
No,
And has there been acts of family violence against your child?
no.
Can you state why you want Mr. Hernandez to have supervised visits?
So I just feel more comfortable with another party being present during visitation at all times due to safety precautions for my daughter. As I said before, he's not been physically stable, nor mentally stable since I've known him. I'm not even sure.
Now, things take a darker turn. The mother's asked if there's been family violence. No, she says, but she still wants supervised visits. Why? For safety, she replies. She paints a picture of instability, manipulation, and confusion. She says he's unpredictable and jokes about taking their daughter away, something she refuses to gamble with. The courtroom feels heavy. Every word she speaks drips with resentment and distrust. The judge nods, jotting notes. It's clear she's not backing down.
If he is, living on his own, I don't know anything about his living situation. As far as I've known him, he's always lived with someone else, which I'm not comfortable with that. And also, there's just been, conflict, and the things that I know about him, he's he's kind of a manipulative kind of person, and he's made comments about taking my daughter to San Antonio, basically without my permission. And so just those type of things I don't like to joke about or play about when it comes to my child. And so I just feel more comfortable if somebody else is present to make sure that, she returns to me after the visitation.
And the supervised visits would be by your mother?
If possible, I'm not sure if she'd be willing to do that, because they've had conflict issues in the past. So I'm not sure. I would have to speak to her about that.
Who are you wanting to do the visitation if you have?
So the only other person that I could
She's asked who would supervise the visits may be her mother, but even that's uncertain. Too much bad blood, too many conflicts. So she suggests hiring a paid professional to oversee every visit. This is control versus access, and it's boiling over. The judge's eyes narrow as she listens. You can sense the tension. This isn't just about logistics, it's about power. The mother's drawing her line in the sand, and she's daring anyone to cross it.
utilize would be like I said, a paid supervised personnel.
Okay. You're wanting a non-disclosure of your address, is that correct?
That's correct.
And you're wanting an exchange location at the Kroger at 1060 North Main Street, Euless, Texas 76039.
Yes,
And you are okay with the father having your phone number, correct?
that's fine.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
All right, call your next witness.
Mr. Hernandez, can you please state your full name?
Delfino Sebastian Hernandez.
Sir, earlier I read some terms as an agreement. Were those terms still your agreement today?
Yes.
Do you believe they're in the best interest of your child?
All right, guys. Now the spotlight shifts and it's the father's turn. Mr. Hernandez stands calm but visibly frustrated. He confirms his name, then says he does believe the agreement he signed earlier is fair. He nods maybe too politely, but when asked if he thinks the mother can cooperate, his voice breaks a little. She's had me blocked since February, the courtroom murmurs. You can feel that sting communication completely shut off. And that silence, it says everything.
You nodded. Can you please say yes or no?
Oh, I said yes. Sorry. I don't know if you can.
Okay, no problem. Are you asking the court to accept those earlier terms?
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about the parts that we didn't agree to. Even though you live 100 miles in San Antonio, you're asking to be named joint managing conservators with the mother.
Yes.
Do you believe that you can make decisions amicably with the mother in your child's best interests?
Like being able to cooperate and make decisions with her.
Yes.
I would like to. I don't have an issue with that at all.
Okay. Are
Not
you
me,
able
not
to
on my side.
communicate with her now?
No, she has had me blocked since last February.
Okay. You heard that the mother's wanting a non-disclosure of her address,
I heard.
and you're not in agreement with
The
that?
judge asks about the mother's non-disclosure request. She doesn't want him knowing her address. He shakes his head, saying he just wants to send his daughter gifts, letters, something. I don't want to be alienated anymore, he says, voice cracking. There's raw pain here. Then, when visitation terms come up, he rejects supervised visits altogether. He wants full, standard custody rights. He argues he's stable, same address for years, steady job, consistent life. He's not the man she describes.
No, I would like to send my daughter gifts.
Okay, so you're asking to be made aware of the address where your child resides, is that correct?
Yeah, yeah, I don't want to be alienated anymore.
Okay,
I would like to send at least some gifts and things to my daughter.
okay. Are you in agreement for the supervised visits one Saturday from 12
No,
to 8 p.m.?
not
You're
at
not
all.
in it.
No.
Okay, so you're asking for the state standard possession, is that correct? The one
Yes,
weekend a
just
month.
because, yes, I have been at my same address for the last few years. You can go look up my employment history of my previous employer. Still there, still the address I use.
Okay.
Um,
So are you
but I
in
don't know what.
agreement? I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I would just I wasn't aware of any of her accusations ever, to be honest. And her husband tried.
Wait, the father drops a bomb. He claims her new husband has been the real problem all along. Says he's been threatened in public, even has voice recordings as proof. Suddenly, the courtroom energy shifts. It's not just a custody dispute, it's a personal battlefield. He swears he's always cooperated, that things only turned bad once someone new entered the picture. He sounds hurt, desperate to be believed. The judge listens silently, weighing every word like a scale tipping between to truth.
Threatened me in public at a McDonald's. He's always made threats. I have a threat, a voice threat that she's aware of on my phone, a voice clip. I could turn that in if I have to separately for another case. But we got along just fine until she met her new person and her new husband. And ever since her new husband has came into the picture, he has been the issue,
Okay.
and he is the one that had me blocked.
Okay. Are you in agreement for the exchange location that's located at is that the Kroger on 1060 North Main Street, Euless, Texas 76039?
No, no.
You're wanting to pick up the child at the mother's address, is that correct?
As I used to, yeah.
And you're
If we
wanting to
gotta
drop off the child after visitation at the mother's address, is that correct?
correct, if we gotta take lie
Okay.
detector tests, that's like I used to pick her up and drop her off. I used to hang out there at her apartment with her, with my daughter.
Comes the exchange argument, where should the handoff happen? She wants a neutral Kroger parking lot. He wants her house, the same place he used to pick his daughter up. He reminisces, saying he'd even stay with the family just to spend time with his little girl. You can feel that ache. This isn't just legal talk anymore. It's the heartbreak of a father who feels replaced. The judge cuts in sharply. Emotions are fine, but facts decide this case.
Okay. All right. I pass the witness, Your Honor.
Okay, just one quick question, Mr. Hernandez. Before February, you had a relationship with your child and you visited.
Yeah, I would send gifts through Cash App. I would send money, and she would
I didn't
still
ask
make
about
me wait.
gifts. I didn't ask about
No,
gifts.
yeah, yeah, no, I had contact. I had contact with her, text, phone calls.
You visited personally though as well?
Yeah, I would spend the night in her apartment there with her family, letting me so I can hang out with my daughter.
Okay. All right. The parts y'all agreed to at the beginning, those are all fine. Those will be part of the court order. Being that y'all don't live near each other, I'll grant mother's request for the sole manager conservatorship. It'd be pretty hard to work together to make decisions if y'all don't live in the same city. San Antonio is pretty far away for that, so that's the main reason why I'm doing sole managing. Y'all reported there's been no family violence, and so I'm not granting your non-disclosure request, Ms. Mays. Both of y'all are required and obligated by the court order to notify the other party where you live. Anytime that either one of you move,
The judge finally addresses both sides. His tone changes, firm, controlled, but with authority that fills the room. He grants the mother sole managing conservatorship. The father's jaw tightens. The judge explains that living 100 miles apart makes joint custody impractical. Then, calmly, he denies the mother's request to hide her address. You're both obligated to share your locations, he orders. The courtroom falls silent. The law speaks and feelings won't rewrite it.
you need to notify the other party where you move to. That's part of court orders here. There's no reason for us to do anything different. Um, y'all have to figure out a way to work together. Y'all made this child together, and so y'all are gonna. There's only three people involved, not other people. I understand that when the child is with you, that you will have to make sure your child is safe from other people. And that's an assumption that both of y'all should have when the child is in the other parent's care. Um, there's no reason for supervised visitation. Um, I know visitation will be difficult as it is with Mr. Hernandez living in San Antonio, so it's already going to be pretty hard. It's in the child's best interest, even if it isn't in your parents' best interest, for the child to visit with father as much as possible. You may not like it, but the child will. So it's kind of more of a child's right to visit with both of you, and they do want to visit with both of you even if you have a different opinion. So there's no reason for supervised visits. We're going to do standard visitation, exchanges at mother's address. Again, y'all reported no family violence issues. There's no reason for Mr. Hernandez to come into your residence. He's going to pick up at the doorstep, and he can go to San Antonio if he likes.
Now the judge lays down the reality. There's no reason for supervised visitation, he declares. The mother's eyes widen. He reminds them both it's not about what they want, it's about what the child deserves. Every word hits like a gavel strike. The father's right to visit stands. Standard visitation, exchanges at the mother's home, no exceptions. The courtroom feels cold now. Justice doesn't always feel fair, but it's final.
If he has enough time. That's not illegal. There's nothing wrong with that. He lives in San Antonio. He's going to go wherever he lives. That's not something that's unusual. That's what happens. Obviously, if he only has a weekend, that may not be practical. Maybe Mr. Hernandez will wind up staying in Dallas for the weekends when we do the weekends. But that's up to him. That's his choice. If he wants to pick up the child and on Friday night and take the child all the way to San Antonio and then drive back by Sunday night, that's up to him. He has that choice. He's the father of the child. Um, so exchanges at mother's address, not at this exchange location. There's no need for that. There's been no family violence. If y'all agree to something different on the visitation, I definitely recommend that. But that takes two people agreeing to it, not just one person telling the other person what they're going to do. You're going to have to follow my court orders even if you don't agree with them, because that's what's been court ordered. All right, so very important here. There hasn't been a lot of visitation recently for really no reason at all. So I want to make sure we're clear. It's the summer. There are two plans for visitation. One, if you live within 100 miles, you get every other weekend and you get 30 days in the summer. If you live over 100 miles away, Mr. Hernandez gets to pick a weekend once per month to do visitation. He needs to let you know, Ms. Mays, when that will be. Hopefully as soon as possible, maybe at the latest by Thursday of that weekend, so that you can make.
Judge breaks it down even further, detailing summer visitation plans and mileage rules. If the father lives more than 100 miles away, he gets 1 weekend a month and extended summer time. It's the child's right to see both parents, the judge reminds them. The law doesn't care about bitterness, it cares about balance. You can almost hear the collective sigh in the room. The decision's made. The gavel's about to fall, and both parents know this is the turning point.
Plans, but that he will have 1 weekend a month. Since it's the summer, it's going to be extended visitation to 42 days because so we're losing some visits because of the distance. Mr. Hernandez has 42 days of visitation in the summer instead of the 30 days. So since the orders will read that he has to give you notice by April 1st of what 42 days he wants. Obviously, we're in June, so that's not going to happen for this year. In the future, if he wants to specify different dates, then he can. But the default order reads that if he never gives you notice, he gets visitation from June 15th through July 27th. So just make sure y'all understand that he will have the child from June 15th to July 27th this year, like in a few days. During that month, of course, the child support begins July 1st. So even though you have possession in July, you still got to pay child support in July. So your child support will be 12 months of the year, not just 11 months of the year. So I just want to make sure you understand that as well, Mr. Hernandez, that you still have to pay child support even though you have the child that month. All right. Hopefully, y'all can figure things out here for the future. You need to make sure that other people are not influencing you or trying to make you do something different. Remember, again, there's only three of you involved in this case. Two of you chose to have this child. Only you two are the ones that make decisions, not other people, not new spouses or new boyfriends or girlfriends. They don't matter. Their opinion does not matter. You have to decide. And y'all two decided, y'all were the only two that people that were present, and you're the only two people that should be making those decisions. If y'all cannot reach an agreement on issues, read your court order. It'll probably answer the questions on those, and you must follow that even if you don't agree with my decision. All right, the Attorney General's office will put that in writing and email you a copy. Y'all are done with court.
With that, the judge delivers his final words: no outsiders, no interference. Only you to make decisions for this child, he says sternly. The message is clear: stop fighting, start parenting. The courtroom quiets down, tension finally settling. As the session ends, you realize this wasn't just a legal battle. It was a war over trust, control, and love. The father may have lost custody, but he won back a voice. And the mother, she walks out with power, but at what cost?